Hi guys. Today I'm going to make a video regarding preparing for visa interview. Yeah, I'm slightly remodeling the schedule. I just want to do the visa things first because so this is going to be my second video. Okay, let me keep it this way. Name one visa interview for which everyone gets scared of. Like for which country visa it is. Everyone got it right. It's obviously the US visa. But why we feel this paranoid and why should we see it as a ghost or something, be so fearful of it? Because we usually listen to a lot of people ranging from our neighboring aunties to consultants to students who got their visas to people like me to people like many. So we usually listen to a lot of stories, a lot of experiences, a lot of things, and we start to think it like that way. Like when we heard a rejection story, for example, some neighboring auntie told us like, there was a boy over there. He went for visa interview, and he was so stressed. He was literally biting his nails, sweating all over there, and he's stammering there. So, but unfortunately, his visa got rejected. Come on, there's an interview. You won't go for an interview and shiver there. Literally, you never bite your nails before interview officer. You should not sweat it out all the tension and all. So if you do like that, not 100% sure, but obviously it'll get rejected. So why all this fear? Because we listen to these kind of stories, or sometimes it may come from the consultant himself. He might be like, your scores are a bit low, your GRE score is a bit low, or your school transcripts, the scores are a bit low. The visa might get rejected. So we'll hire a special officer to train you for this thing and something like that. So these are the stressful situations, and I don't blame people to be like stressed, panic, paranoid. So in any case, if you get into this multifactorial panic mode, which I like to call it, just quit it. Don't listen to anyone who says negatively about the situation. You might listen to a lot of positive stories and negative stories. It's up to you what to take it. First, just analyze. If someone told you that they got their visa, just analyze how their interview had gone and what kind of answers did they tell and how confident are they. Or if someone says that the visa got rejected and they don't know why, because like no one can ever tell you why your visa gets rejected. And what we as the applicants can do is be as confident as possible and to give the best and perfect shot in the first attempt itself. So why like that? Because it's a human nature to be confident the first time when they meet someone or when they attend anything. So in the first time itself, be confident and give your best shot for your interview. So it might definitely be a game changer. Who knows? So basically, what the consular officer looks for, what the officer who is interviewing you wants from you, or is looking at you. They are basically trained at human psychology. So if you try to cover up anything, or if you try to copy someone's answer and give it as your own, or do some kind of mischievous things, they'll easily know it. Like even though they might not be watching you for a long time, eye to eye, but they'll be know it because they're trained for it. So what they look for you is the applicant genuine one? So you're going to their country for studies, and your main aim should be to go to that country to study and come back. And that's the second point. What are the future plans of the applicant? Does he want to come back to his native country or not? And three, finances. Just because you're going for their country for studies, it doesn't want you to depend on US money. So they usually look out for your finances. Are you able to afford for your studies or not? So these are the key basic 3 points which they usually look for, which the consular officer look for. And apart from this, they also gauge your answers based on the way you say them, or on various things we don't know how, because they're trained to do like that. The officer, his main job is to doubt you, is to doubt the applicant who is going there for interview. He'll doubt you if you will ever come back to your country. He'll doubt you for your finances. Your answer should be in a way that should convince him that you're the perfect applicant to go for the USA for your studies or for your job or for your travel, any type of visa, you should be able to convince the visa officer with your communication. It's okay to stammer, it's okay to sometimes misplace the words which you're saying like that. But it's not okay to show your panic on your face. It's not okay to be tensed or be stressed, or it's never okay to copy someone's answer and give it there, because finally it'll be you who loses the thing there. Your answer should convey your own story. Never copy anyone's answer. Just prepare them, just go, give your shot, and be confident. So here are a few tips before you go for interview actually. The first thing is know yourself. It's like, know what you're going for. Know your college, know your major, know your credits, how many credits you have to do there. Know their fee structure and know the living expenses, or also know the climate and geographical location of the place. Be prepared for any question that might come. Sometimes he'll be like, you're going to, suppose, say Arizona. Why did you choose this place? Or the officer might ask, do you know the geographical location of Arizona? It is a desert. So why do you prefer that place than if you applied for, say, Texas or maybe Colorado? So why are you choosing Arizona over the other I-20 you got? So you should be able to convince them with your answer. Also know your education goals, like what are your future goals, and it's always important to know your personal things, like what's your parents' salary, what are they doing, what are their jobs, like the general stuff. And number 2, be familiar with the documents you're carrying. Usually they mention to carry a very less number of items, like very few documents. But we just carry more just in case. If they ask, we need to be able to give it to them quickly. Suppose if they ask you for your finances documents, like just hand me over your parents' tax papers. You should be in a position to know in a bundle of in the file where you kept the tax papers. You should be able to pick it up, give it to them, but as quickly as possible. They might ask you, just give me your I-20, and you should not be searching the entire file for your I-20. Just take it and give it to them. So know what documents you're carrying, know regarding them, and know the location where they are in your file. Number 3, know the common questions which they ask, or prepare your answers for the common questions. Just write them down. Like, all of us are very confident, like, okay, it's just question and answer section. If they ask any question, I'll be able to tell. But suddenly, if you go to interview unprepared, they ask you a very common question, like, tell me about yourself. That brings a big panic situation to many of the applicants. So just prepare a short answer, a 2-3 line answer for the commonly asked questions. For this, YouTube, it helps. And if you're enrolled with any consultancy, they submit you a list of questions. Otherwise, there'll be many stories in and around internet stating the questions which were asked and what the answers which the applicants answer to those questions. So just go through them, but never, never, never copy the answers. Your answer should be your own story, and you should tell it very confidently. Okay, last but not the least, you should dress in a formal attire. It's an interview which you're going to. It's a life-changing thing. You're done with your admissions, you got your I-20, you got every required document for you to step into the USA, and this is the last step. Just remember that. This is the last step, your visa interview. And you should give it in a way that the last step should be your stepping stone for your future career. So, dress formally or semi-formally. Don't go wearing your casuals like your shorts or t-shirts or anything like hats, caps, and all the junky jewelry for girls. No saris, no fancy dresses. You're not going to any competition. You're going for an interview. Just remember that and dress accordingly. It might not always be the formal suits or blazers which you wear and go. wear the dress which is semi-formal at least, and you should be comfortable in it. You don't know the climate or the condition in the visa appointment center. It might be hot, it might be cold. So if you're like, you wore an outfit which you're never used to, like wearing a blazer and everything, tie and just going like that, and you're not used to that outfit, you will literally suffocate there. So wear the outfit which is comfortable for you and yet it should be formal. And finally, you go into your visa office and it's your appointment day. Here are the final steps or tips for you to remember. Always, always, always be confident. The confidence only comes if you know everything. Not everything, but you should be able to answer the questions. And if you are confident that you could handle your interview, the confidence automatically shows up in your face. You should be like, even though you're bursting inside, just maintain the patience. Be confident, be cool, keep a welcoming smile on your face. Like, just don't go stand there like this and, what's your name? My name is Sudha. I want to go to USA for studies. Just don't be like that. Come on, the officers will do a very hectic job. They'll ask a lot of people, and if you are like that, they'll be vexed up with you. So be confident, have a welcoming smile, and as much as possible, maintain the eye-to-eye contact. Even though the officer might not be looking at you, like they won't be staring at you, they'll be just typing something and they'll be asking questions, and occasionally they might look at you. So, whenever you're answering, even though if they're not looking at you, maintain the eye to eye contact or your eye to their face contact. Don't look all around, don't look scared, don't be panicked, be cool, play cool. Swallow every other emotion you get except these three. And when the question is asked to you, be clear and concise with your answer. Just I want to keep a small, brief thing. When the question is asked, you just kiss. I know, bad joke. It's just like, keep it simple, stupid. So, when they ask you a question, just tell the answer in 1 to 2 lines. Don't elaborate it. Like when they ask you, what's the reason for you to go to USA? Just tell, I want to go to the USA to study my master's degree in architecture. You should not be like, I want to go to USA because I want to study architecture, because I just love the climate of USA, because I have never been to USA. Don't prolong it. Keep it to the point, answer to the point, and keep it concise and clear. Be clear in the way you communicate. Don't just mumble over there. Speak loud and clear. And when you're just walking in the queues or in the line, never ever keep on talking or blabbering to the person in front or behind of you in the queue. First thing, it's not a proper thing to do because everyone are they'll be in their own world. So don't disturb them. And number two, there are many cameras, there'll be many cameras all over the place. So you are being watched and you don't want to be noticed like, so it's not good actually. So keep up to yourself, just carry your file, walk confident, go to interview, answer confident, and give your best shot the first time. All the best, guys. See you in another video. Bye. Keep safe.